So now I'm rethinking my entire like trope identity.
Think I'd try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know.
Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy For Now, to a video that I basically threw all the footage I had in the trash because I was very upset with it and not in a good place about it. Just some transparency. And it's happening, and I'm just gonna run through the books and talk about the trope versus the reading blog portion, and that is reading the tropes of fake relationships. I thought I loved fake relationship books. I do, but apparently when I start to read a bunch of them in a row and I'm in like a mid like weird book slump, bad plan. I was miserable. That's why I deleted the footage. But I did read a total of 5 fake relationship trope books that I want to talk about and give you some plot summaries, and then we'll kind of talk about the trope and why I think it works or doesn't work. I also think fake relationship is quite possibly too broad of a trope for this project, because it ranges so much from like, let's fake date, to fake marriage / marriage of convenience, to fake engagement, to like, there's just so much. And I think that was part of my issue. All right, let's get to it though. I read 5 books. I did not follow my normal guidelines. I gave up because this was just not going well. But I found some new favorites. Who'd have thunk? The basis of fake relationship trope is pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, it is in which you enter into a relationship with someone to pretend to be together to convince others for some reason. Whether the benefit is a trust fund, or saving your wine-making nation from your evil father, or you want a baby, or any odds of gobs of reasons. Honestly, it's great. I love this trope to pieces. I don't know what happened. My brain like broke halfway through like filming this. So first up, I read The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. This is on Audible Escape. I gave it 3 stars. It's kind of a 2.5. I'm very disappointed in this book because I generally like Talia Hibbert's books, and they're usually 4-star reads or more for me. Whereas this felt not fleshed out, kind of too much rehashing of a trope, rehashed in too much of a way that it's like, I feel like I've read this book 20 times. It was really just okay. Ruben and Cherry, their relationship is like 2 seconds, and then it's like they're rushed into this fake relationship. I think it could have used like a little more room to develop like them dating maybe. I'm not sure. It just, something was off in this book. Like the forced proximity was rushed though, and I did not love that. I enjoyed the ending. But yeah, it is definitely a forced relationship, like engagement and proximity due to the engagement, but it just like fell flat to the point at which I don't have a lot to summarize for you on the plot. Next we have Stud in the Stacks by Pippa Grant. This is also on Audible Escape and Kindle Unlimited. This was a 3-star read. Knox, our hero, is a romance reader, and he has a blog about it, and it's really cute, and I love this like fact in the book about this character. Parker is his former babysitter, it turns out, and she bids on him in an auction for a date with a bachelor. Parker is super lacking in self-confidence, which really bothered me to an extent because she was slightly older and it felt like she should be more sure of herself. In a way, I don't know, it was weird. I don't always do well with overly unconfident female characters. At least when they're that way constantly. Like, we all have self-doubts, but like, I don't know, there comes an age in which I feel like you're a little more like sure of it. This one has tons of drama though, so that was kind of fun in my opinion, the amount of drama. And it goes from a fake dating to a fake engagement, and he goes with her to her high school reunion to see her asshole ex-husband. It was fun. Not super memorable, but I think if you wanted like a quickie to read or listen to, perfect to pick up. Okay, next we have Desire in the Deep Blue Sea by Olivia Dade, which I've not shut up about, to be honest with you. Like, holy crap, I love this book. This is like a 4.5-star read for me. I just love it. Maybe a 5-star. I don't even remember what I rated it, like, in my notes. Like, I think I bumped it to a 5. So, love, love, love this book. It is like the perfect little forced proximity fake relationship. It has a banana pants setup. So, Callie is going to be on this show on like a HGTV-esque channel, and her boyfriend and her break up right before she's supposed to go, and the show is they go to 3 different islands and stay at the resorts for one night. And at the end they pick an island and they stay there for the last chunk of their like week-long free vacation. So they break up. She talks Thomas, her co-worker, into going with her on the trip and being her fake boyfriend. And the producers are like, okay, yeah, whatever, you guys, we'll do it. Thomas is an oddball, which I love in a hero. I love a character who is just, and we're not talking like quirky to be quirky, we're talking about like has really defining characteristics that just make them different. He's definitely a cinnamon roll, like perfect cinnamon roll hero, which I feel like is Olivia Dade's specialty. And Thomas decides the trip he's gonna go with her because it's a perfect opportunity to confess his feelings for her. There's like amazing anxiety rep in this book and fat rep, which I feel like Olivia Dade, again, very good at these things. And it was just like this cozy book that I just really wanted to curl up with and not leave for a while, and then I finished it. But just so good. And I know I've talked about it before, and I talked about it in my favorites for the favorites collab video for March, and I just can't shut up about this dang book, and I loved it. I think this was a great example of a fake relationship and like a plot that's like just bananas enough that you're like in, because you want to know like how does this work out. You're trapped together in a room. Like, it's got all of those components shoved into one book. Next, we have My Fake Rake by Eva Lee. I had an arc of this, just FYI, but I did end up listening to an audiobook instead of reading my arc, which happens sometimes when I'm overdue. But this is another one that is like the best versions of 2 nerds falling in love. They both work in this like library research area, not work. Like, it's not really work, like they do research though. Well, he kind of works and she's a lady. And it is about Lady Grace and Sebastian, who is, again, another cinnamon roll hero and a huge nerd. Oh, I just loved him. And I loved Lady Grace. I loved these nerds so much, y'all. This was a 4-star read, again, for me. And this is just like figuring out, oh, those are feelings. That's what feelings are. And I have them for you. Oh, this is weird. That's not how this was supposed to work. So what happens is Lady Grace gets Sebastian and his friend, the Duke, to, I cannot remember his name, his Duke friend who's in book 2, to help make Sebastian into a rake so that she can convince this guy that she thinks is perfect for her to fall in love with her. Of course, it turns out as she's like getting to know him more, she's like, he's not great. I don't really like him. And Sebastian's like, I think I like Lady Grace. And Lady Grace kind of goes, I think I like Sebastian. And there's this great like kind of mutual pining and knowledge that like they want to be together, and they find a way, and it's just so good. Also, reading about them trying to teach, like Grace trying to teach Sebastian to be a rake is freaking hilarious, because she gets this like old book of directions on how to be a rake, and it's like he's doing all these weird things that everyone's like, what's wrong with him? And his friend finds out and is like, let me help you, for the love of God, stop embarrassing yourself. So delightful. Oh, I loved it. Okay, and then the last one I just finished today when I'm filming this is Slush Money by Angelina M. Lopez. Again, another arc that I had from last year and didn't finish, so I went back and finished it. This book, holy banana pants. All my friends loved it. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta read this book. So I did. And I loved it. It's another 4-star read. This book, first of all, content warning. There is dubious consent at the beginning of this book. It did not bother me immensely, but I can see why it would upset some. So I want you to go in knowing that. If you have questions about it, let me know, and I'm happy to clarify what exactly happens, or, you know, etc. So what it involves is Roxanne, she approaches the prince of this little island country, whatever, near Spain, I think, and she wants to enter a contract with him to get married and have a baby. So they, like, he is in California working on this like vine for wine or whatever to like save his nation, and she's like, let's get married, I'll give you this money, save your country. And he agrees. And it's a lot of like, we meet up for 3 nights every month and we get it on, and then hopefully I get pregnant, and we do this for a year. That's the contract. So they do that, and it is so good. Like, whoa, this book, so hot, filthy, delightful. Cannot recommend it enough to you, to be honest. It really takes a lot of tropes and setups we're used to in romance and flips it where the woman is that character and the man is not. But it really follows their journey together, and like this mutual pining they have, and figuring out how they can be together, and like grand gestures and groveling. Oh, I loved it. It was so soft, but like also like a little angsty enough to like keep you going. But what a great setup. What a great plot twist. Flipperoo on the usual thing that we see. And I thought this was just so well done. And it was, again, another good example of fake relationship. Okay, so now we have to talk about what I think works well, at least for me, with fake relationship tropes. One of the biggest things I think I need is the character that's like a cinnamon roll and the character that's like combative. Like begrudgingly agrees, but like is kind of in this going, what the fuck am I doing? And then I also need that like slow unraveling of like, oh shit, this is not gonna go well because I actually have feelings now, and this whole faking thing was a bad idea. And I need that reveal to be good. That was my big thing, because I know with the Princess Trap, I was not thrilled because I felt like it happened too fast and the setup wasn't amazing for me. Whereas like everything else I felt like was like the slow build to them having more proximity together, or like it went from fake dating to fake engagement. Like in Slush Money, it went from fake marriage 3 days a week, and then they're together for more than 3 days, and like that built this like tension and the, you know, the needs of them to like be together. And then like in My Fake Rake, they just kept spending more time together where they taught Sebastian how to be a rake, and slowly like discovered when they went to a ball that like, oh shit, I have feelings for you. But I think that's kind of what makes it work for me overall. It's such an interesting trope because I do feel like it's one of the most popular and one of the most widely like read tropes. So yeah. And like I don't feel that anything I read in particular for this was like a bad example. I just, every book I picked up to read for this reading the tropes I couldn't get into. So now I'm rethinking my entire like trope identity. Let me know down below if you're gonna pick up any of them and what trope you want me to read next. I'm gonna try and do like really specific. So like you could do age gap, but like older men or older women, etc. Like I want to try and like focus in on like a very specific trope. So we've done amnesia, we've done fake relationships. Amnesia was great because honestly, like I was not familiar with it, and I kind of want to dive into something else I'm not super familiar with. We might do Secret Baby, I don't know yet. Because I feel like nobody likes Secret Baby, so like, will anyone even watch the video? I don't know. But yeah, that was this last reading the tropes, and I will have another one out very soon, I promise. I have to do that. Like, I love these. I just, for some reason, my brain broke halfway through this, and I was like, I hate this trope. And I love this trope. It's the best trope. I mean, like, Friends to Lovers is my other favorite if it doesn't have, like, gross pining. But still, like, come on, brain. So, let me know in the comments what trope I should do next. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you soon with another video. Bye.
I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made